All right, next up, Retro Puppet Master. All right, we're starting to get to the ones where I have like 5 minutes or less to say about them. So Toulon's still alive in 1944 in this one. I don't even know anymore. And he's telling a puppets a story about Cairo in one of them for a moment, I guess, and then it's him meeting Ilsa in a puppet show that he did when he was very young. He's aged a lot. In 1939. He's William Hickey in 1939, but he's this young kid in what I would assume is 1912. So in 37 years, he goes from being 30, we'll say at best, might even be younger than that, but we'll say 30. So in 37 years, he goes from 30, so you'd be like 60. We'll say he's like 65. William Hickey ain't no 65 in that movie, nor is any of the characters that play fucking Toulon in this movie. Hell no. The guy looks 20 in the movie. Let's be honest. He looks 20. So he'd be in his 50s. And William Hickey's like 80. And the other guy who plays him is in his like 70s. So, dude, this continuity. This is still the same soda water I opened up in the first video, by the way. This is how fast I'm knocking these fucking things out. And it's still cold. So, just in case anyone thinks I take off time between them, I'm still sitting here. I'm basically still talking. This is all still one review from the first, like always. I just literally press stop and record. Fast as I fucking can. Let's get on to the next one. Anyways, alright. So we see a wizard in this, and he's using hand magic against other wizards that are using hand magic. What the fuck is happening in this movie? What? But yeah, another prequel. Like the third of the franchise or something. And he is a 3,000-year-old Egyptian magician, and he wants to teach Toulon the ways to make life. He doesn't buy it from him with his wife because he's not even boyfriend girlfriend with Ilsa at this point. So as I said, the continuity, dude, fucking forget it. It's not even but they still try to like sort of do it. That's what's weird about this franchise. It's like, well, we're going to stick to this Egyptian thing. We're going to stick to Ilsa. We're going to stick to these things, but we're not going to stick to the things we have in the past. We're just going to change the dates for no reason. Just say it's 1938. Say it's whatever. I don't understand. Why? Why is it so hard? It's not hard. It's not. Ugh. Just irritates the fuck out of me. Alright. But yeah, in this one you have to use a ring that you stick into the people's neck and then put it, but then the guy says the ring isn't necessary. But then why is the vial of like reanimator fluid necessary? Who knows, man. And the romance of Toulon and Isla, it's fine. You know. But I do like the idea of having like your pepper to your salt. Like I've always said, I've always explained that the relationship that I'm looking for, the day I finally meet the person I end up with, hopefully that happens, is I want our names to be synonymous with one another. You know, I want history to reflect back on us, you know, within my family or however fucking big our names were to be, probably just our family. But you guys love me, right? So, Sinister Cinema fans, all 12 of you, you guys will, you know, look back on us like, oh, there is no Jason without blank. There is no her without him. Like, they're a pair, they're a set, they're a matching set. History cannot say their names without being attached to the other person. Bonnie and Clyde, you know, Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, whatever, Tango and Cash, whatever you want. I just like the idea of my wife and I, my girlfriend and I, or whatever the hell we end up being for the rest of our lives, as synonymous with one each other. I don't know. That just seems romantic to me. I like the idea of it. There's a protection spell in this one because there's a protection spell in all of them. They're very loosely talked about in them. They don't really even, like, I barely even notice them in the other movies. But in this one, they actually draw them and put them up. and one's just like hung up with like fucking basic like invisible tape, like scotch tape. Like seriously, that's what it feels like it's hung up with, and it just falls off the wall. And then the demons, who are like wannabe gentlemen from Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but are like super lame, they like can now enter and come after this guy because they're yet again like things from hell trying to prevent people from having the formula of controlling inanimate objects or bringing people back from the dead. So they're like trying everything, and I don't even know why people want this power. They don't even use it for anything really. Like Toulon eventually tries to use it on himself and whatever, but I don't know, it just doesn't seem like it's ever properly thought of or used very well. I'm just confused by the whole fucking thing. But it just falls down, and then those guys show up, and then they fight on a train, and they're defeated very easily, and then the credits literally roll the second they die. It's so... This movie's so uneventful. But we get retro-looking puppets from the Puppet Master franchise, but there's a blade, and there's a this and that. But those aren't the people that he said they were. These are different people. And how did the magician bring back these bodies? How did he animate these already established puppets without sticking the ring into them and saying the incantation? Did he sneak in there before, kill a bunch of people, and take their essence and put them into each individual one of these dolls, and then tell every one of them, like, lay down until I get to the right moment, and I'm like, call and I cue to you guys, hey, sit up. Like, what the fuck is happening? What is happening here? Nobody puts any thought into these movies. They just don't, outright. They're just like, how fast can we film these fucking things? And what dipshit will sit through them? Me, I guess. Me. But at least I did it at 1.5 speed. Anyways, let's move on.